it's high time I used something else besides the mask of creation to represent myself. That's better. Now, for your consideration, my self mock, the Bioghost. I know, not an original concept to name my self mock after my username. So what? Unlike most self mocks, though, the Bioghost is actually a digital entity that can transfer his entire consciousness into various bodies that he keeps in storage. Currently, he has 70 in his possession. This one in particular is one of his most powerful, an amalgamation of machine and living tissue. It is durable enough to withstand combustion explosions and sniper shots, as well as any type of system hacking. It also has a lift capacity of 100 tons, making it quite the tank. That does not mean that it doesn't have some degree of maneuverability. In fact, it can run up to Mach 2 for as long as 15 hours, making it also one of his fastest. Its eyes are also cybernetically augmented, allowing him to see in almost complete darkness as well as heat and X-ray signatures. To preserve his living tissue, this body also has healing nanites that sustain and repair damage. As powerful as it is, however, this body is not invincible. While it can withstand short EMP blasts, a continued onslaught of electricity will damage it to the point of non-functioning. This would leave the body paralyzed, and the living tissue will only have at most an hour before decomposing. It also relies on external power, only storing enough for a full week of use, without factoring the use of his abilities. As far as equipment goes, he wields a near-impervious and razor-sharp blade, a small shield with an energy wheel launcher, 2 concussion launchers with automatic aim, flight boosters that can reach up to Mach 5, and a powerful force field generator housed inside the body's torso. His concussion launchers fire devastating spiked bombs that can either detonate on impact or wait up to 20 seconds before detonating. His energy wheels have the impact of a high-velocity sandbag. The shield also has its own power supply, allowing it to fire up to 100 wheels. His force field generator can withstand a 50 megaton nuclear explosion. However, continued use of it will cut his power supply in half. Another weapon in this body's possession is a pair of emitters in his palms. These emitters fire zero-point energy, which can be used to freeze opponents in the form of stasis or push them back quickly. However, these are his most taxing tools. Continued use of them will leave him with only 24 hours worth of power. When it comes to overall combat, he prefers being close to his opponent, focusing on bringing him or her down as quickly as possible and as painless as possible, diffusing situations before they go out of hand. He would only use his sword and shield, relying on his other equipment as a last resort or when he was clearly outclassed. While this technique would defeat typical thugs, it would ultimately fail against higher skilled or more powerful opponents. After all, he is only a competent swordsman, relying heavily on his body's physical attributes. Once known as a human male named Zack, the Bioghost transferred all his consciousness into a computer in the mysterious dimension documented as Omega 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 000001. While his age is unknown, there are known records of his existence several thousands of years old. A wise sage in one moment, and a giddy schoolboy the next, his personality is rather complex. He loves to learn various scientific and literary disciplines and applying that knowledge in experimental ways. He also tries to find a more diplomatic or practical solution over combat and intimidation. However, the transfer of his consciousness had a drawback. It caused some of his more negative personality traits to manifest themselves, creating a dual personality. While he is ordinarily peaceful, cautious, and diplomatic, his dormant side is aggressive, reckless, and sociopathic. This side of him cares only for himself and the thrill of battle, often forsaking friends and allies, and even attacking them if they stand in his way. Fortunately, this side of him only emerges under extreme duress or anger. Over his travels through the multiverse, he has met some interesting characters. Some are friendly, some not so much. A few of them even stay with him in dimension Omega 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 000001. One in particular, though, has been a mild annoyance at best and a massive migraine at worst. This individual is called Jarduk. Hold it right there, Ghost, and let me take it from here.